Raiders will be on the road in Denver against their AFC West rivals on Sunday. Both teams are 2-1 and coming off losses on the road last week. Derek Carr threw 2 interceptions in a loss in Washington, and Trevor Siemian threw 2 picks in a loss in Buffalo. Shane, who wins on Sunday?
Good guys, and they'll be in orange and blue. And we're going to stay one game behind.
So you're saying the Raiders don't have any good guys on the whole team?
The good guys, the home team.
Yeah.
I hate the Raiders.
Yeah, I realize that.
Number one hate in Kansas City and Pittsburgh, too.
Okay.
I got the Broncos 23-17 because what the Raiders really do well is what the Broncos do great, and that's pass defense. They get after your quarterback, and they got 3 legit top-flight corners, Roby, Harris Jr., and Talib. So I like that matchup. What concerns me about the Raiders, Skip, is that their defense, with the exception of Mack, that's the only pressure they can generate. And the secondary, they have not – it's not that they haven't addressed it because they've tried, be it free agency, be it taking guys with the first, in the first round, but for whatever reason, it hasn't meshed. And I just believe the Broncos' offense is better than the Raiders' defense, and I think the Broncos' defense is much better than the Raiders' offense. I think it'll be a close game. The Broncos are going to have to solve these fourth-quarter woes. 7 points in 3 games in the fourth quarter. That's the money quarter. You need to play well in that quarter, or normally you get beat. They've had big leads, and they were able to withstand some things. But I got the Broncos 23-17 at home and stay one game behind the Kansas City.
I have the score almost exactly reversed. I'm sticking with the Raiders 23. I'll give you 21. 23-21 Raiders. But I'll be the first to admit, I don't have great conviction about this because the Raiders managed to get embarrassed in Washington even worse than my Cowboys got embarrassed in Denver, if that's possible. Just for the record, for those who missed this one, Washington had 472 yards to the Raiders' 128 total yards. So the Raiders threw for 96 yards, and they ran for 32 against the Washington Redskins. It was in Washington.
That seemed like the Alabama Vanderbilt
That
numbers.
was pretty close. 38 minutes time of possession for the home team and 22 minutes for the visiting team. And I just sat there with my mouth open the whole game because Kirk Cousins, whom I do not love, he goes 25 of 30 for 365, 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Wow. Against that defense, you just belittled. And you got a point. So I'm trying to figure out, was that just a product, that game, of a weird out-of-focus Sunday on which it began with the Ravens getting blown out by the Jaguars, albeit in London, and then the Steelers lost to the Bears that we saw look pretty inept last night, and then, wait a second, New Orleans wiped out Carolina in Carolina? Really? And then that thing happened on Sunday night, Raiders at Washington. So was it just a weird day in which all these teams were divided and distracted by what the president said on Friday, tweeted on Saturday? Maybe. Could it be that the Washington Redskins are just that good? Because I see them as now the second best team in the NFC East to my Dallas Cowboys.
Might be number 1.
They're pretty good right now because the defense is playing at a very high level. I'm going to conclude that it was a wake-up call for the Raiders, who I still love, just the way I believe that Denver was a wake-up call for the Dallas Cowboys. So I'm going to say they're going to bounce back. And I'm going to stand by the fact I believe your Denver Broncos played their Super Bowl against my Cowboys in Denver. And by the way, they proceeded to go right up to Buffalo, which had scored all of 3 points at Carolina the previous week, and they laid a nice little egg up in Buffalo. They got beat 26-16, and Trev, as you call him, is he now back to
Trevor Siemian.
Now, Trevor Siemian, his given name, is that what you call it? His government name?
Yes,
right?
government.
Yeah, he got it. He got it back. So Trev goes 24-40 for 259, but he throws no touchdowns and 2 interceptions and has a QBR of 28 on a scale of 0 to 100.
Horrible pick, though, Skip. Sometimes the ball caroms, and sometimes you get in there, the ball gets deflected.
Yep.
But those were 2 terrible interceptions, and they're getting into the red zone. And instead of punting, the week before they got into the red zone against your Cowboys, 7. They got into the red zone against Buffalo. Here comes McManus kicking field goals, and that's not good. But Skip, what concerned me about the Raiders was how much pressure Washington was able to get on Carr. We don't think of Washington as a heavy pass rush team, but Kerrigan stayed in the backfield.
He did.
And so and I believe if Ryan Kerrigan can get in the backfield, Von Miller and Shaquille Barrett definitely can get in the backfield. So, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling more and more. I might even go up on the score if you keep on letting me talk.
Keep going. What do you think? 30-17? Maybe?
26.
20, mark that down, please.
26. Yeah, we're going to get another field goal.
Not real courageous.
McManus will kick a 51-yard field goal.
Oh, well, that's like a chip shot, right, in that stadium?
No, ain't no chip shot, Skip.
So, to me, it's which would the real Broncos please stand up? Because the Broncos came real close to losing on opening night at home to the Chargers. Field goal made, but he called timeout. Field goal blocked. Survived. And then they look like world beaters against the Cowboys, and then they look like a team that's going to finish at the bottom of their division at Buffalo.
No.
So here you go. This is it. Somebody's going to have to stand up here.
Broncos.
Real team is going to have to stand up. I think the Raiders are the real team here. I think that's what you're going to see because it's still Derek Carr versus Trevor Siemian. I knew that. I said that going in. Dak Prescott, Trevor Siemian. And all of a sudden, Trevor looked like Dak. And I don't know.
He looked better than Dak ever looked.
He had one moment in the Sunday sun. That was it. Every Trevor has his day, right?
No.
Yeah.
He's had several days. He's been Offensive Player of the Week, too.
Yeah.
Against Cincinnati. The first quarterback to throw for 4 touchdowns, 300-plus yards, and no interceptions in a road start.
Yeah.
The first.
You know, and I know, you were completely off that bandwagon the whole offseason. Then you leaped aboard and started driving the Trev bandwagon after, what was the score, 42-17?
42-17. A whole lot to a few.
Yeah.
He's the best man for the job. But, Skip, I'm realistic in this. I don't believe you're going to win unless the Broncos, I'm talking about they would have to be better than they were in 2015 when they won the title if they want to repeat that again. They got to be historically and transcendental, like you like to use, great, to overcome. Skip, he's not. I mean, what does he do really well? He doesn't have a big arm. He's not very mobile. And he has to stay out of harm's way. He put the ball, and then Vance went for it on 4th and 1 at his own 20. I mean, I wouldn't have done that, but hey, maybe he thought he wanted to give the team a spark. But Trevor is what he is.
Yeah, every once in a while, he wakes up and has a moment of, I was a seventh? I was a 7th-round draft choice out of Northwestern. What am I doing here? And he throws to the other team. You say, oh, there he is. There's that guy. He's not that guy that you think he is.
But he'll be the guy that throws for like 280 yards and a couple of touchdowns and will beat that guy. And we'll be 3-1. They'll be 2-2, and we'll still be a game back of Kansas City with us to play them twice.
So whose future do you like better, Derek Carr's or Trevor Siemian?
That wasn't the question.
Help me out.
That's not the question.
It is the long term. It's time to start finding. It's time for somebody to stand up and be accounted for.
Well,
this is who we really are. We're this team or we're this team.
Well, whose future do you like, Derek Carr or Dak Prescott?
Well, I like Dak.
I like Derek.
Well, good. Now you have to root for Derek.
I like DC.
Right?
That's his nickname. He named DC.
Well, now you like him. Okay,
I like DC.
So do you want to go back to 23-17?
Oh, you like JC? Jay Cutler, you like your quarterback? I didn't think so.
I like the school he went to, but other than that,
well,
huh? Except
you,
football.
Oh, you claiming that school again?
No.
And what happened?
Basketball, baseball, I claim.
No, baseball. Baseball, y'all really good, Skip.
Well,
David Price, Dansby Swanson. I mean, y'all good at baseball, but don't say anything about
national champs, and then
not in no basketball.
No, in baseball.
Yeah,
and the next year we were in the finals.
I said you're good in baseball, Skip. I'm giving you take the compliment.
I mean, we're pretty good in basketball.
No, you're not pretty nothing.
Yeah, we are.
No, you're not
We're
pretty.
an NCAA team.
Don't put pretty and Vanderbilt in the same vocabulary when it comes to sports, okay?
Yeah. Hey, the week before we beat the 18th ranked Kansas State Wildcats. Jesse Ertz at quarterback. We beat them. Soundly. We did. I don't know what happened. We had a bad day.
And then the offensive lineman started popping off. Talking about we're going to show
defensive line.
Oh, we're going to show
worse.
We're going to show Alabama. We're going to show Alabama how to play SEC football.
Bama, you're next.
Okay.
No, you were next.
We don't want no more Bama.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there. Why has Ezekiel Elliott struggled this season? Eric Dickerson answers that question next.
Come on out here, Cowboy lover.
This week, Fox NFL Sunday kicks off early at 9 a.m. Eastern, followed by Drew Brees and the Saints taking on Jay Ajayi and the Dolphins from